Good morning. Oh, and, Happy New Year.
Yeah, let's make it a good one.
Happy New Year to you too, Koro.
Oh man. I totally overslept. Why'd I stay up all night watching that stupid movie? It was about zombies in Italy or something. Anyone else catch it?
Why would I watch something like that?
Is anyone gonna visit the shrine?
I already stopped by enough shrines on my jogs. I'd say I'm covered.
Yeah, I'll pass. I don't want to deal with the New Year's traffic.
Oh, that's too bad. Yukari-san and the others are already there. Apparently, Mitsuru-san got kimonos for all of them.
Kimonos, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna run to the store.
Hold it.
Huh?
You're going to the shrine? I thought you didn't want to go through the trouble.
No, I'm not. I'm just going for a walk.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't have anything better to do, so I'll tag along.
Oh, I'll go too!
Well, look at that. Turns out we all want to go after all.
Where is it?
Oh, I have directions.
Sweet.
Happy New Year! Let's all give it our best. Anyhow, you guys are late. We were just about to leave.
Yucatan.
What?
Happy New Year. What's the matter, Iori?
Kirijo-senpai, you look amazing. I feel like I'm... What's this feeling?
Excuse me.
Happy New Year, everyone! I've never worn a kimono before. My obi isn't crooked, is it?
Luca, wow, you look just... Oh, wow.
Hey, come on! This traditional clothing is quite interesting. However, it's difficult to move in.
Ai-chan, considering what you usually wear, it looks even more amazing on you.
Is that so? What is this odd sensation I feel?
I'm so glad I came. Best New Year ever.
Junpei-san, why are you acting so strange?
Man, what a beautiful first dream of the new year. Right, Sonata-san?
Yeah, I guess so.
By the way, aren't you guys cold?
Yeah, a little. But I think it's kind of helping me wake up.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Junpei-san said you don't have any other layers.
Other layers? Wow, aren't you just a great role model for Amada-kun?
No, wait. Ouch!
Planning on heading back?
What did you wish for, Fuka? I wished for a great year. I know it sounds boring, but that's what I really want.
That's what I wished for as well.
We all wished for the same thing.
However, I'm not praying for divine help. There's nothing to worry about. I have the utmost certainty that we can do this.
Yeah, I know we can. We should get going.
this is Elizabeth speaking. I'm calling in regard to a recent change in Tartarus. It seems that a path that had been blocked off is now open. I thought it prudent to inform you. Well then, I wish you a safe journey.
This character really drinks a lot of alcohol. When you grow up, are you going to drink alcohol too? But don't they say it's sometimes necessary to drink for work? And that sometimes it's hard to say no. Being an adult is all about taking the shots you're given. Oh, I just made a pun, didn't I? Alcohol has a very mature feeling about it, doesn't it? I don't think I'm a fan of all the rowdy parties, but having a nice glass does look kind of cool. Speaking of, remember that bar scene? Wow, it's late. Watching those bonus clips took longer than I thought. It's about time I head to bed. Good night.
Marvelous. I'm looking forward to it. Here are my requests. Wonderful. Marvelous. I'm looking forward to it. You must know. By all means.
Oh, looks like today's gonna be a great day.
I'm so happy to see you. Make yourself at home.
Welcome back.
Damn it! I still can't stop thinking about what happened in Yakushima. You're telling me I can't carry a conversation any better than Junpei? How can I be on the same level as that idiot and his lame pickup lines? Are you able to make others laugh with a well-timed joke? Well, no specific examples come to mind, but I think I at least do that much. Careful. Making others laugh and being laughed at are two entirely different things. When people speak to you, do you tend to respond with pure logic and reason? This is a common mistake among inarticulate men. Try to consider what the other party is feeling first. Damn it. I guess they've got a point. Try practicing by imagining you're asking a female friend or colleague to your favorite store. Remember, it's important to smile and have a sense of humor. Huh. Hey there. What great timing to see you here. Nice one. I'm going to, Umiushi. Wanna come with? Oh, humor. Humor. You know the beef bowl place? Hey, maybe we could meet up there? Huh? Get it? What am I, the chairman? Screw this. Yeah. Yes. All right. Today we're gonna see some of the greatest matches the champs have ever...
And here we are with the first match of the qualifiers. In the red corner we have Akihiko Sanada-kun from Gekkokan High
It's
School.
me. This is footage from my first official match. My coach from back then recorded it for me. Sorry, looks like I put on the wrong video. Let me switch it out. Yeah, I guess it has been quite some time. But I guess this might be a good opportunity. Let's watch it. I look so stiff and nervous. My form is all over the place. How did I even win this? At least I can tell I've improved since then. Here's where I get my life straight in.
And the winner is Sonata-kun from
Check
the
out my
red
face.
corner.
I'm trying to look calm, but on the inside, I can barely contain myself. I know I said before that I just wanted to learn how to fight with my bare hands, but this might actually be why I stuck with boxing. This victory gave me confidence. I wasn't so stiff in any of my later matches. Are you the type to get nervous in front of a bunch of people like that? Well, that's a surprise. You don't seem like you let the small things bother you. But I guess you're good at not letting your weakness show, huh? I've learned a lot from boxing, but there's a strict rule I follow when it comes to winning. Find your opportunity, then strike without hesitation. It's easy enough to remember, but hard to apply. You could say the same thing about fighting shadows, too. I've always tried to keep those words in mind, but now I'll be even more conscious of them. You know, I never thought you'd see me like that. But it did help remind me how I felt when I was starting out. Anyway, sorry you had to sit through that. I'll save the champion matches for next time.
Now we move on to round 2 of the qualifiers. In the red
There's
corner,
another one.
Akihiko Sonata
Well,
from
since we're
Gekkokan
already
High
here.
School.
Want to watch some more before we go to sleep?
Good day. I shall be waiting then. I've been waiting for you. So this is a shrine. It's quite similar to a temple, is it not? A mysterious presence lurks here, though it is markedly different from a shadow. Well then, I shall first observe the local traditions and pay my respects. I wonder if this is enough. Is there a problem? I'd heard that the effects of this mystical divine grace were proportional to the amount offered. In any event, I have finished presenting my offering. Come to think of it, this system of monetary offerings is very similar to that of the fountain. There are a great many locations in your world where supplicants may request good fortune. You live in a truly wondrous place. Could those paper strips tied there be... Just as I thought, these are paper fortunes. I've heard of this game. People entrust their destiny to a slip of paper, finding the risk far too exhilarating. I see. There are many possible destinies written on them. Well then, I'd like to experiment with this for myself. Please wait here while I work on obtaining every single variation. Excuse me. I've been curious ever since we arrived. But what is that equipment over there? If memory serves, these are a slide and a jungle gem, correct? I see. In the presence of a true god, upholding a pretense of gravitas is all but meaningless. What a magnanimous and introspective message. If that is the case... Fascinating. In order to attain joy, one must first claw one's way to the very top. This playground equipment teaches a profound lesson on the true way of the world. That was quite entertaining. I would very much like for you to continue teaching me how to use the other equipment. Could I ask that you start with the jungle gym over here? I can't get out. Oh dear, it's rather difficult to maintain one's balance. Today was even more enjoyable than our other outings thus far. To be honest, lately I've been wondering, do I find this world enjoyable simply because of the novelty of the stimuli it presents? Or another possibility, perhaps I enjoy myself on these excursions because of your company. In any event, I believe I'll have to negotiate with my master to install a horizontal bar in our room. I'd like for you to accompany me again sometime, if you wouldn't mind. Well then, I suppose we should call it a day. But before we do, I'd like to go on the slide one more time. Shall we seize the opportunity and go in tandem? Woo! Are you accepting a request? Let's hear the results. Come to think of it, very well then. Welcome back. Oh! Oh.
Yes. Thank you. Today, I'd like to make a snack food that would pair well with tea. That said, I'm not terribly well versed in the art of cuisine. So I'm hoping to make some simple karumeyaki. Did your teachers ever show you how to make it? Excellent. Then I don't need to explain. All right, let's get started. Temperature control is key. We want to turn off the heat right before it hits 130 degrees Celsius. Oh, we should keep things moving. Let's put the sugar in the ladle first. What a nostalgic flavor. It may not require hours in the kitchen, and the taste isn't particularly complex, but I'm quite fond of these. And more than anything, it's nice that we can make it ourselves. You know, when I saw this for the first time, I thought it was like magic. I've tried making it myself a number of times, but I ended up burning it on every attempt. I guess you could call it a bittersweet memory. But I didn't give up. I continued practicing. And that's finally led to our success today. What do you think? Hearing you say that makes me glad to have shared it. Back home, there were plenty of opportunities to host formal dinners and tea parties, but I never considered it particularly admirable to have someone else prepare the extravagant dishes. Doing the cooking myself also allows me to talk with you like this. And isn't that sort of familiarity the key to understanding each other better? I think this might have been what I was missing. Instead of complaining about being difficult to approach, I needed to create an opportunity for change. It's fascinating, the kind of things you learn by simply inviting someone over for tea. Thank you. I hope we can talk again like this sometime. Oh, right, I had a favor to ask. There's still some sugar and baking soda left. Do you think you could help me make another batch? Karumeyaki keeps for a long time. This could be a good chance to make some for the others.
Koromaru, you're so warm.
back, okay, Koromaru? Lots of people haven't been looking so good lately.
They say if you smile when you gargle, you won't get infected. And if your feet get too cold, you'll catch depression. So bundle up when you sleep.
Okay, see you guys later!
Quite exciting over here.
Well, it's been different around town lately, don't you think? So many people with dead looks in their eyes. Not to mention the wild stories going around. I couldn't help but worry. So I came to check in on you. But it looks like I had nothing to worry about. So that's enough of that for now. Next time, I'll bring some snacks, all right?
Oh, there they are. I'm beat. And it's been getting chillier, too. Ah, right. Do you know how to play shogi, young man? Is that so? Then Koromaru can lend you a helping paw. What? Well then, shall we begin? I don't have anyone to play with these days. This is going to be fun. Hey, hold it! Ola-chan, it's too early for that hint.
What's going on over here?
Oh, pardon us. We are right in front of the entrance, aren't we?
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Of course. This is a student dorm, right? And does that mean you'll leave this place one day too, young man? I see. Well, Koromaru, looks like the next batch of students will look after you too. Life may be filled with goodbyes, but they never get any easier. What?
That was a good move.
So what? We're just getting started. That was a good match. I'll have to stop by again. Until next time, you two. And to that lovely lady over there, adieu.
Moving out of the dorms. That would be some point after we finish our fight. It's hard to even imagine right now, but it's something we'll have to face in the future. After all, we're fighting so we can even have a future. Don't you worry, Koromaru. Everyone will love you.
Oh no! My shogi pieces.
Is that the old man from earlier?
Welcome back. The smell of the soil really makes it feel like we're growing something, doesn't it? I think that about does it. Shall we head back downstairs? Good day. I shall be waiting. Very well.
it's you. Welcome back.
Yes! That reminds me. I was reading this book during class once, and one of our classmates said to me, "Wow, I'm surprised. So you're the type to talk with your fists. What exactly do I look like to everyone else?" Cute. I know this is supposed to be a compliment, but if that's how they see me, it can only mean one thing. I'm an anti-shadow weapon, but most people don't see me as one. Isn't this a critical issue? Once I finish reading, I'll need to think of a solution. During combat, the mental states of both sides play a significant role in the outcome. I want to be able to intimidate my enemies, but also encourage my teammates. What can I do to give everyone that kind of impression? Ideally, it would be something that makes me appear reliable in battle. Maybe I can find some tips in this book. I think that's enough for today. Good night.
Why?
Welcome back. Koromaru-san looks quite happy. We'll wait for you here. Please enjoy yourself as much as you like. School resumes again tomorrow, doesn't it? I'm actually looking forward to it. I see everything so differently now. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps we could walk home together after classes tomorrow. I'd like to experience the town alongside you. Welcome back, Koromaru-san. What is that you have there? What's that? You would like to trade this in for a treat? Are you feeling hungry, Koromaru-san? All right, we can get a snack when we get back. But only a small one, understood?
Come to think of it,
Excuse me?
Everyone, listen up. Listen. Exactly.
It has been a while since we attended class. The teachers and our classmates seem to be doing well. By the way, did you notice that Junpei-san was missing? I saw him head for the rooftop before afternoon classes started. Perhaps he decided to skip the first day of the semester?
Oh, sorry. I don't really have a reason to be up here. I just sort of felt like it. Only to find Junpei here as well.
I guess I just felt the urge myself. Maybe we've been through so much together that our wavelengths are in sync.
That's just your imagination. If I'm on the same wavelength as Junpei, I'd better change the channel. Anyhow, it's so nice today, isn't it? The wind's a little chilly, but the fresh breeze feels great.
Looking from here, the view ain't that bad.
It's familiar scenery, but I guess that's why it's so calming. The end almost doesn't feel real.
People have been passing out and disappearing out of nowhere lately, huh?
They've been talking about a lot of shadow-related incidents on the news, too. Mitsuru-senpai said it's because there are too many shadow victims. The memory revision can't keep up.
I don't really get it. This is all 'cause of Nyx, huh? Feels like the world's hit rock bottom. There's even weird cults popping up. I guess this won't be one of those, oh, it was just a dream moments.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm not gonna try and act cool and say things like, I want to protect everyone, but I couldn't handle it if the time we spent together disappeared.
Yep. In fact, the tales of the amazing battles I survived should be handed down through every generation forever.
Look who's talking. Weren't you the one who was sulking and giving us a hard time?
Oh, well, that was the passion of my youth. You know, I've matured since. You think so too, right, dude? That's right. I'm a man with a plan. You're not gonna want to miss this.
Looking forward to it. I'm not one to talk, though. I got stuck in my own head and acted out, too. I wonder if I've grown since then. I mean, it used to be just the three of us, right?
If you'd asked me back then, I never would have guessed it'd come to this.
We've all been through so much this year.
Well, yeah. But you gotta look on the bright side. Our friendship is way stronger now, isn't it?
Don't say that with such a straight face. You're embarrassing me. But I guess it hasn't been too bad. We've gotten this far together, so let's see it through to the end.
Yeah, let's send them packing. And those two guys from Strega haven't made a move, but you know they gotta be planning something. We gotta take care of them, too. Let's show them what C's 2F's trio can do. Now that I got you guys, I feel way more pumped.
Oh. I just remembered, Junpei. You never gave me back that CD. In fact, you never return anything you borrow.
What? Oh, yeah. That. Do you have to bring it up now?
Excuse me. That's great. I find myself coming here a lot lately. Before, I couldn't understand the benefits of coming to these shrines.
But lately that's changed. This is also where we met Koromaru-san last summer. He waited here until we found him, even though he knew his master had died. I can understand why now. What drives people isn't necessarily facts, but feelings. He knew for a fact that his master had died, but his feelings of wanting to be with him made him stay. I feel the same. I recognized the fact that I can't protect you, but I came back anyway. Subconsciously, I was acting based on my emotions, rather than logic. I was so confused at the time that I didn't notice it. But it's true. The parameters governing my behavior seem to have been updated during my time with you.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Eon Arcana.
Oh, I misspoke. I mentioned what drives people. But of course, Koromaru-san and myself aren't people. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Yo. Yes. All right. I think it's finally time for me to pay you back for everything.
I see you two are together again today.
Kurosawa-san, I don't usually see you around here. Is there something wrong?
No, I'm just helping patrol the area. You might have noticed already, but the city's been feeling a little different lately. We can't be sure what'll happen. Make sure not to stay out too late.
Thanks. You be careful too.
I will. At any rate, this is perfect timing. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Recently, your friend here's been bothering me about my work. I don't know what he's up to, but I'm hoping you might have an idea. Oh, you thinking of becoming a police officer?
No. Well, I haven't really thought that far yet. I just figured I should get to know you better, Kurosawa-san, since you've done so much for me.
I've had my eye on this guy for a long time, but I have to say, he's changed a lot this past year. Is this your doing? If it is, then I hope you'll keep looking after him. He has a tendency to get himself into trouble when you're not watching. Oh, and just to illustrate what I mean, at the end of last year, we had an incident where a large number of gang members were found knocked out at Naganaki Shrine. It seemed to be the result of a fight, but no matter who we asked, they all claimed it was their own fault. The attacker is still unknown. We thought it might have been a clash with another gang in the area, but some of our sources suggest there were only 2 culprits. The most surprising part is no one found at the scene had any actual injuries. It's kind of unbelievable considering their sheer numbers. Whoever did it must have been pretty skilled. But in the end, the victims were just a group of infamous punks. They probably pushed their luck one too many times and got what was coming to them. It's very likely the other side acted in self-defense. And with no injuries, we probably don't need to pursue this case any further. I have no idea why the two of you would look so relieved to hear this. I may be an officer of the law, but I'm a human being first. If there are those with integrity who know how to use the power they're given, then I'm not above helping that cause.
I think I'm starting to see the path I need to take. Thank you, Kurosawa-san.
I haven't done anything to deserve thanks. I was just musing to myself. Things may have turned out fine this time, but you'd better avoid pulling a stunt like that again. Nowadays, it's becoming more common for goons like them to carry guns. Maybe it's inevitable given how connected the world is, but things just seem more dangerous lately.
I don't know about that. Against a gun, you'd have to feint and approach from the side. Living abroad, though. Now that's a thought. I'll have a lot of freedom once I graduate. It might be fun to see how far my fist can take me.
There he goes again. Jokes aside, you certainly get a lot of opportunities when you're young. I do miss that sometimes. Maybe the three of us can get together for a drink someday. Well, I'll be on my way.
Someday, huh? You know, I've had to do a lot of thinking about the future lately, what with entrance exams and all. No matter what path I take, I intend to keep on fighting. But I'm sure there are some things out there I won't be able to do alone. That's why someday, I want to become a leader just like you. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. We've got a job to do before that. I'm gonna protect you and all my friends. I'm gonna fight for our futures. And I'm gonna be the big brother she'd be proud of. That reminds me, I should give these to you before I forget. Go ahead and use those if you want. I'll teach you how to wrap them later. No particular reason, but if you have those on, they'll stabilize your grip on your weapon during battles. Just take them for now. They're what let me use my fists to their full potential. In a way, you do the same thing for me. All right? How about we end the night on a high note with some good eating? Anything goes today, so don't be shy. I'll be taking care of the check. For tonight, at least, you and I will be going strong for years to come. You'll get your turn eventually. All right, let's go.